My name is Pinaki and I'm a graduate student in the physics department. And I come from India, which is a secular country, and I am a Hindu. Whenever you apply for a PhD position outside, you generally look at the department, whom do you want to work with, and is that thing attracts you, the department or the science or the research attracts you. So basically that's what attracted me, first and foremost. Whenever I met with different Catholics or non-Catholics, there have been different views, coming from the extremist views to very liberal views. I have met both kinds. I would say it's very vibrant for different cultures, not really restrictive.
Being able to be a part of Voices of Faith really helped me. It's a multicultural group, so I got to interact with all people from all walks of life, but it really helped me, one, reconnect with something that was a part of my upbringing, just as a part of my life in general, and then two, it helped me to branch out and make friends with people who were outside of my cultural group. I've had the experience of interacting with people from other faiths, and I think that positively influenced me because it helped me strengthen the things that I believed. It helped solidify some things that I was very sure that rung true for me spiritually, and it also helped me weed out some other things that, despite my kind of traditional Southern Baptist upbringing, I got to develop my own perspectives on what faith and spirituality meant, and I did that as a result of being able to interact with people who were Catholic, people who were Seventh-day Adventists, people who were I've attended apostolic church here. I've just had the experience of being around people who were different from me, and as a result of that, I've grown tremendously. I would encourage them not to write off Notre Dame initially if they're not Catholic. There are definitely some things that come along with attending a Catholic institution, such as some what I would consider somewhat more conservative perspectives than ones that I hold myself. But I don't think that those perspectives ever hindered me from getting what I needed from my department or establishing relationships that were supportive for me. So I just would encourage any student to reach out perhaps to a student who's already here and who's not Catholic, to get what their perspective was. And I think if anyone were to reach out to me, I would say that I've had a very positive experience.
Sort of sine qua non for medieval studies. However, we obviously get people of all different faith backgrounds doing the subject matter, and it's all tremendously collegial, tremendously friendly. I can't recall any instances of real religious tension, even when we're dealing with explicitly religious topics. I'd say that Notre Dame is a place where you can find what you're looking for. It's a top-flight research institution. In a number of fields, it's second to none, and literally second to none.
I think it's been exceptionally accommodating. I can't think of a particular instance where it came up that I wasn't Catholic and that was a bad thing, or that I didn't practice any faith and that was interesting or worth noting. I come from the rural Midwest. I come from 3.5 hours south in Indiana, and Notre Dame was only secondarily known to me as a Catholic institution. It's of course known as the citadel of football from where I'm from. And then second, the Mother Mary might be entered into the conversation. But so arriving on campus, I think I had expected to be immersed in iconography and people with crosses around their necks and student groups praying on the grass or something. And obviously it's not like that. It's a beautiful campus. There is a lot of the iconography around. But as other people have commented, it seems that it is an interfaith community. It isn't simply Catholicism. I have friends who are Protestants, Hindu, Muslim, Jewish, and that's just in a month and a half that I've made friends of that diverse religious backgrounds. The ambience of ritual in any space gives it a certain energy, a certain intention, a certain ethos, and that's very palpable at Notre Dame. And I mean, besides for maybe certain strains of social conservatism or politics, it's more about discovery. It's about driving young minds to do what's right, so you can feel that here. And I think they leave it towards students to figuring that out for themselves.